Welcome to Mainland Television Regional News. I'm Graham O'Brien, and today's news we have for you a tribute to the Anzac commemorations we have compiled from over the last few weeks. Anzac Day on Saturday the 25th of April was commemorated with a 5:30 a.m. dawn parade forming at Miller's Acre outside the eyesight and marching to Trafalgar Park. This was the first time the park had been used for this service due to the 100th commemoration and the expected crowds wanting to attend this tribute to those who have fallen in the Great War. We spoke to Barry Pont from the Return Service Association about what they had planned for the day's service. Barry, thanks for taking some time out of your very busy day at the moment. I know how busy you are, seeing you running around there. Big plans and big changes for the 100th commemoration of those that served in World War I. Can you please share with us what's going on and where?
Yes. Well, because of the size of the crowds this year, we've decided to move from Anzac Park to Trafalgar Park and commemorate the 100 years of the landing from Gallipoli. We decided that we would have 600 white crosses made. Out of that, 590 were the boys from the Nelson district who lost their lives in World War I, and we've named every cross, and we'll be inserting them in on the rugby pitch of Trafalgar Park on sacred ground. And they'll be erected on Friday morning, the 24th of April, and they'll be staying up till the end of the day on the 25th. So we'd invite all the families to come along and look at their ancestors and relatives and to share with us the 100 years.
Yeah, for sure, and to be proud of what they've given us.
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for our kin, and it was the birth of a nation, Anzac, and when the Australians and New Zealand joined together in the Anzac Corps, and they were the boys off the farms, the labourers, the sawmillers, that put their hand up for a bit of adventure.
And you've moved it, and it's moved from traditionally from Anzac Park to Trafalgar. The reason for that being?
The reason being is we know that Trafalgar Park would only hold 3,000 people, and to share with everyone, we'd invite 5,000 to 10,000 people in Trafalgar Park, and Waimea, Richmond RSA are going to be involved with us, and then we'll go to their 11 o'clock parade after that. So this year we've had to drop the Stoke parade because we just haven't got the time or manpower to do it. Yeah. So.
No. Certainly, it's a busy time for everyone. That's great. And there was a bit of stress about the poppies. Can you let us know a little bit more about that? And if it's okay now, is it going to be enough?
Yeah. Well, luckily, yesterday and today, we've had our boxes of poppies arrive, courtesy of the Australian RSL. We imported 400,000 poppies to make up the shortfall that Christchurch RSA couldn't produce in time. So we'll have poppies for everyone. Right. And we quite enjoyed the flowery poppy from the Australians.
Yeah, no, they look very distinctive, don't they?
Yeah, they're great. Yeah.
You think they're going to be a bit of a hit with the ladies, these ones?
Yeah, the ladies will love the poppies. I mean, I've already had from my wife that she wants one of them.
Barry, thanks very much for all your effort, and good luck and all the best for Saturdays.
Okay, thanks a lot for coming.
Bye. Cheers. A book re-release on World War I titled Tales of Three Campaigns involving the Nelson Provincial Museum, which has had input from the late author's granddaughter Annie Costa, will be released this month as part of the 100th commemoration of World War I. Chrissy Small caught up with museum CEO Peter Millwood to find out more about this historical book and the new chapter, The Fourth Campaign, which has been added and written by Brereton's granddaughter.
Peter, there's an exciting event happening in the next few days. Tell us a bit about that that's also connected to the war.
Well, indeed, Cyprian Brereton, as you know, was Colonel of the Nelson 12th Regiment, Canterbury Infantry Battalion in World War I. Born in Ngāti Moti, which is why, of course, he knew Private William Ham that we've talked about in a previous chat that we've had. Brereton wrote a book about the three campaigns that the Nelson men were involved in. Firstly along the Suez Canal where Ham was killed, then at Gallipoli, and finally, after Brereton had returned from serious injury himself, along the Western Front. So the museum has got involved in the republication of this book because Brereton came back to Nelson after the war and became curator of our museum.
So it's a real family link then?
Well, it is, and we feel really proud that Brereton is a Nelson man, but we feel very proud in the museum that he was also one of our staff. So we've got nearly 50 additional photos in this second edition that come from an album of photos that we believe Brereton took at Gallipoli. So those are really, really special. We're launching the book on the 8th of April at Nelson College at 6 in the evening. And anyone who's viewing mainland TV is extremely welcome to join us. There's no charge for coming. We do ask that you let us know you're coming because Nelson College are providing supper for us that evening. And it's going to be a really, really special occasion.
So they can get hold of you here at the museum?
Yes.
Or online through email?
Yes, yeah, by all means, just address an email to any of the museum email addresses. Best to look on the website and you'll get all the information there. But we believe this is a really significant book and we'd love to have lots of people there to honour the occasion.
And of course we've got a large picture of Brereton standing just off to your left there, Peter.
Indeed, that's a photo of Cyprian, we think probably in 1916, because you notice that he's wearing a tin helmet, and they didn't have they didn't have metal helmets at Gallipoli. Brereton was injured with a bullet that went in somewhere behind his ear and came out the top of his head. He was incredibly lucky not to be killed, but whether the helmet would have saved him or not is a bit of a moot point, but certainly they didn't have steel helmets at Gallipoli.
Okay, so Peter, here at the museum there's the ongoing World War I exhibition where everyone can come along and hopefully find a family member's name.
Well, indeed, as you know from your own experience this morning, we've got over 700 names on our wall of remembrance now, which have a little red poppy stamp beside them, and I have to tell you that it's been quite emotional for me and my staff and for the visitors who have come in to mark their relatives. Really, really special.
People can also go online to do the same thing. If they're not actually in Nelson, they can still go online.
Yes, well, the Cenotaph database at Auckland War Memorial Museum gives you the opportunity to lay an electronic poppy beside the name of one of your relatives, and I'm encouraging Nelson people to go online and do that. I think it's a really lovely thing to do.
Chrissy Small caught up with Annie Costa, the granddaughter of Cyprian Brereton, in her home in Ruby Bay. Costa has put another piece into the puzzle of the book Tales of Three Campaigns, with the love story behind the scenes, which her grandfather failed to include in his first edition, involving Annie's grandmother, Daisy Guy. Chrissy asked Annie about the book and her part in it.
Can you tell us a bit about this book and what you've added to it?
Well, I was extremely lucky that Peter Millwood approached me from the museum when they decided to relaunch the book and asked me a little bit about it, and I said, well, it was a tale that I had always wanted to tell of my grandmother's bravery in going to Britain and finding my grandfather and marrying him, without which I wouldn't be here to talk to you.
Right, so this is a love story. The part that you've added is the love story part of his experience out there in World War I.
It certainly is, and it's a pretty great story of bravery, love, courage, you name it.
I mean, the book is called Tales of Three Campaigns, but you call yours the fourth campaign, is that right?
I do indeed, yes. I think that Daisy's campaign was the icing on the cake, really. Without it, none of us would be here, none of the family would be here. She was as brave as he was, and in the course of her journey, we discovered that a lot of the women were as brave as Granny was. Granny really fought a campaign the same as Sip did. Her life was probably not as obviously in danger, but it was definitely in danger. She showed immense courage, immense bravery, coming from a tiny little place in New Zealand, travelling right across the world to find a man who she didn't know if would be alive or dead when she began the journey, and finally getting married and therefore making the line of which I am one.
Right. It sounds like a fantastic read. So this book is going to have mass appeal to everybody, isn't it?
I certainly hope so. I've always wanted the story to get out there. I know a lot of people have read the original of Sip's book, and I know a lot of people have tried to get copies of it, usually unsuccessfully, so this should reach everyone. And the added photographs and the added editorials and hopefully my added chapter have made it slightly more interesting than the original.
Local country musician Ellie Cook has made a heartfelt tribute to the memory of the Anzacs. Chrissy Small spoke to Ellie in our studio this week about her inspiration for this latest song titled Sasane, which we will also play for you with some added World War II footage.
He closed a hand on the jacket button. Hold on till I return. A well of tears as she watched him leave, too young to have to learn. As many soldiers left on ships, to cries of family parade as they wait.
In a build-up to Anzac Day, buglers were sounding the last post every night at 5 p.m. outside the Nelson Museum. In World War I, the bugle call known as the last post was sounded at the end of each day to signal to soldiers still in the field that fighting was over and to follow the sound of the call back to camp and safety. The last post call was eventually incorporated into funerals for service people and memorial services such as Anzac Day as a final farewell, and now symbolises that the duty of the dead is over and they can rest in peace.
They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.
After the break, we'll bring you the latest weather update and some events and happenings coming up from around the region.
I'm Francis from Nelson Auto Glass. We repair all auto glass, stone chips, windscreen replacements, scratch removal.
If you have an auto glass issue, our team will sort it.
Nelson Auto Glass Specialist, 84 Vanguard Street, Nelson.
Hi everyone, I'm Malcolm Harris from the Facilitators. We now look after sales for mainland TV, radio, Sky and online. New Zealand On Air's latest Colmar Brunton survey confirms mainland's large multimedia audience. If you're in business or want to put a message out to everyone in the Nelson Tasman region, plus nationwide on Sky or worldwide online, please give me a call or see our website at www.mainlandtv.nz.
88.1 The Shed.
Discover the Belgrove Tavern just 20 minutes south of Richmond on State Highway 6. A restaurant, functions, weddings, barbecue, a garden bar with lots of room for kids. Come in, see us.
We're the team at JCar, right here in Nelson, 120 Hardy Street. Our shop is full of electronic items,
including security alarm systems, electronic components,
solar and power,
electronics, toys,
sound systems, cables, and much, much more. JCar.
120 Hardy Street, Nelson.
Victory 60 Plus is on Tuesdays at 1:30 through to 3:30 p.m. at 238 Upper Vanguard Street. You can join in for cards, games and a cuppa. For more information you can contact Jan on 546 9057 or 027 4577 955.
Sit and Be Fit is on at the Victory Community Centre Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. at the Victory Community Church, 238 Upper Vanguard Street. School terms only. Fun while you get fitter, work at your level. For more information, please contact Shirley on 547 1433 or 021 121 8023. On behalf of the team here at Mainland Television News, thank you for joining us, and we'll bring you the latest news and events from around the region again tomorrow.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.
G'day, it's your old mate the Mad Butcher and you're watching Mainland TV.
Hi, my name's Ian Mortimer. Mortimer Auto Upholstery is your one-stop shop for all your upholstery needs. We do car and boat interiors, boat canopies, ute tonneau covers, canvas and PVC fabrication. Call in and see us in Oxford Mews, 72 Oxford Street, Richmond.
Are you looking for a scooter, walker, wheelchair, baby seats or pushchairs? Then come in and see the Nelson Region Specialist at Mobility for You, 269 Queen Street, Richmond, opposite the library. We have a huge selection of scooters, walkers, wheelchairs and accessories, along with a free booklet guide. We also provide a breakdown service if you ever get a puncture or a flat battery. We have fully equipped service vans to rescue you. Hi, I'm Robin Jordan and I invite you to call in and see the friendly team at Mobility for You, 269 Queen Street, Richmond, opposite the library.
World War I was a defining period in our history, impacting greatly on the lives of people from the Nelson province. Memories of the First World War is an exhibition which will be displayed in a number of regional venues and is currently on at the Nelson Provincial Museum.
Hi, I'm John McMillan at the Nelson Power Tool Centre. We have great prices on all the top quality brands of power tool. Tools and equipment at our showroom, 146 Tahunanui Drive in Nelson. The Nelson Power Tool Centre, the specialists that stand behind and service what we sell.
Why would you want to pay as much as $1,000 for a single bed mattress when you can buy a high quality locally made mattress like this for as little as $220. And a queen size mattress could cost you in excess of $3,000, but at Nelson Beds you could have a mattress like this as low as $425. So why would you go out and spend a fortune on your child's bedroom when you can come to Nelson Beds and buy a complete single mattress and base set, a 7-drawer Scotch chest, a headboard and a 3-drawer bedside cabinet for as little as $979. So call and discuss our custom manufacturing options and local after sales service at Nelson Beds, Nelson's only bedding manufacturer.
Nelson Tire Center. Great prices, great service. Buy your own Bryford trailer. All types, all sizes. See Colin Douglas for your tires and batteries.
Hi, my name's Ian Mortimer. Mortimer Auto Upholstery is your one-stop shop for all your upholstery needs. We do car and boat interiors, boat canopies, ute tonneau covers, canvas and PVC fabrication. Call in and see us in Oxford Mews, 72 Oxford Street, Richmond.
You can't touch this. You can't touch this.
Tune into Sunshine Radio, 87.8 and 107.5 FM.
Music hits so hard, can't touch this.
Discover the Belgrove Tavern just 20 minutes south of Richmond on State Highway 6. A restaurant, functions, weddings, barbecue, garden bar with lots of room for kids. Come in, see us.